Tuesday morning, rain is falling. Is it raining in Bakersfield, Joe?
Oh yeah, it's been raining all
boy.
night.
This is the most it's rained all year, I think, in California, in the desert especially.
Well, maybe it's all the 49er fans' tears just from
Yeah,
all
I
the
know.
injuries that keep
Yeah.
piling up. Like that
Oh
team,
my
like
God, bro. There's so
you know,
many teams that are injured. Honestly, that's the tears of a bunch of NFL fan bases right now because so many teams are ravished with injuries. I hate it, honestly. I've been just sitting watching. Like, I usually watch all the games. I put them like a 8 screen. I have 2 big TVs in my office next to each other. I set it all up, and it's just like you look at one, there's an injury. You look down at the other corner, there's another injury. Like, if you watch all the games at once and how many injuries are actually happening, it is scary. It's scary.
yeah, no, yeah, this year has been ridiculous. I know a guy in my fantasy league that he just changed his team to the injured reserve, like 'cause everybody. It's like, and that's what sucks about when you're watching the NFL and you're watching it. And I know, like people get excited and they're like, "Yeah, we get to play like the Ravens next week, and they don't have Lamar Jackson." Like I know, I understand that. Like, but at the end of the day, when you're an NFL fan and you're a football fan, you want to see the best players at their peak playing against it, and you want to know what your team is really about too. You want to see your team beat the best team. You don't want questions about it going, well, yeah, you beat this team, but they didn't have so and so, they didn't have that, uh, and it just sucks. I want to see the best of the best, and that's what we pay for. That's what we pay big money to go to stadiums and watch, and pay even paying big money for red zone now. Yeah, injuries suck, and some teams are able to power through them because they have the depth, and some teams aren't. And one guy goes down, and whew, you see that with the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, and even other teams as well. We're going to talk about all the teams in today's show. I appreciate everyone for tuning in this Tuesday morning. We are going live every Tuesday. If you guys want to tune in, make sure you're subscribed. Hit the like button. It'll help out stream a lot. In today's show, we're talking about state of the Las Vegas Raiders and how they did this week. Big win for you guys. Talk about state of the Los Angeles Chargers, and then we're going to go over all the games. And within the games, gave some more space in there this week, Joe, so talk about last week's games as well. So we're going to react to last week and then preview next week, kind of all in one show here today. Appreciate everyone for tuning in, like I said. And speaking of fantasy football, speaking of injuries, throughout all the injuries, Joe, I challenged 12 jabronis at fantasy football to come to Tony Tucker's house and draft against me, and I expected some competition. I expected it to be hard, but I will update all the viewers that are keeping up with the NFL Mike Moneyball. I know you guys care a lot. I'm 6-0 right now, atop the league. This belt's going nowhere. I put $500 on the line for these guys to try and take from me, but that's going nowhere either. And I think I might just go undefeated the whole season.
Yeah, you can go undefeated the whole season because the regular season in fantasy football don't mean crap. It's the 1 week when you get to the playoffs. Playoffs. We talking about playoffs? That's where you got to perform, Mike. That's where your fantasy team has to perform. Hey, cool. You're doing good right now. Congratulations. I think I'm 4-2 in that league right now. Sitting pretty good. And when you get to the playoffs, we'll talk.
Yeah, I know. That's always what happens to me too. Is I'm pretty known. You've played a lot of fantasy football with me to come in second, third, first throughout the season, and then it happens to me. And it's already happened to me a little bit because that team is kind of being ran by our engine, the flying Hawaiian Puka Nakua, and that engine now has a sprained ankle. That's not good to see. Hopefully my backup guy, though, who was one of my fantasy darlings, the only time I've ever wanted a Raider in fantasy football was Trey Tucker, and he's starting to pay off.
Yeah, and if the Raiders end up trading Jacoby Myers by trade deadline,
oh, that would be so perfect for that team, especially that team where it's a 3 wide receiver league. Please trade Jacoby Myers.
I should have made that trade with you because I think I sent you a running back for Hunter, for Travis Hunter. I should have asked for Trey Tucker instead, but I don't know. I feel like I jinxed myself having my favorite team on my fantasy team, so I try to stay away from that.
He's going to be a great slot receiver, I think, one day once the Raiders find a good X, but he's doing it all right now for you guys. And speaking of which, great to start this first topic off with the state of the Las Vegas Raiders. I want to continue to do this weekly, Joe, and then at the end of the year, I'm going to kind of clip up little moments from each week on how we were feeling. Last week, you were down in the dumps. Last week, I was down in the dumps. We were both coming off of back-to-back losses last week. Now, both our teams win this week. How are you feeling today? What's your reaction to the win first of all, for the Raiders. I didn't get to watch the game. I kept up with it as I watched the other games. Looks like the Raiders played pretty good. I mean, you did what you were supposed to do against a team that you lined up and were better than from the jump.
Yeah, and everybody has always asked Joe, like even after the game in the stadium, hey, we won. What'd you think? And I'm like, it's the Titans. Like we were supposed to win this game. Like I don't think it was a pretty victory because there was still a lot of bad things that happened. But our defensive line should have ate, and guess what? They ate. Like Max Crosby, 2 sacks. I think we had a total of 5 or 6 sacks in the game. We had turnovers, and that's what we needed. Like we're not used to the Raider defense getting turnovers, and they got turnovers. On offense, they ran the ball. Like that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to establish the run. They wanted to give Genty the ball. They gave him the ball 23 times. He carried the ball 23 times. Now, was it 100% great? No. And they dummied down the offense, Mike. Like, I don't know if Raider fans could tell, but if you're watching the Raider game, they took the decisions out of Geno Smith, right? All right. And they said, here, just throw it right here in front of you. Hey, if you're going to roll out, your receiver's going to be right there. That's where you're going to hit it. They didn't give Geno a lot of the options. They took away the downfield passing from him because, one, it hasn't been working the last couple of weeks, and I think he was 0 for like 25 in over 15 yards going into this game. So they made it just easier, and somehow, Mike, Geno still found a way to throw an interception. Horrible interception. Just take the damn sack. Like he just take the sack. Like you threw it right to the guy. He got number 10 on the season, so you got that going for you. But I mean, I don't apologize for victories, Mike. That's one thing you don't do in the NFL. You win the games, and that's what happens. If they're ugly, if they're pretty, whatever, you don't apologize. You take your win and you move on. You don't make the schedule, right? You just play the games that are in front of you. And the Tennessee Titans are one of those teams that were in front of us, and we had to win it. And look, this is what I tell Raider fans, because some Raider fans are I gotta watch the way I word it. Some people piss me off, but the way they say we should have lost this game.
What?
No. Yeah, because some people think about draft picks and bullshit right now.
We're in week 5, 6.
They're like, we should tank. I hate that. That is the worst fan. Like, if people come up and tell me that shit, I hate that. I'll walk away from you. Like, I won't talk. I won't even. And I won't even give you that time of day when you talk about wanting your team to lose. Like that. No, you take the win and you go move forward with it. And this is what happens. Like this is good for the Raiders. It's good that we needed it. We were on a 4-game losing streak. Mike, I told people 291 days since the Raiders won a game in Allegiant Stadium. 291 days.
What? I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
So
it's almost that's a couple months off of a full year. That's
So that's like I don't remember the last time I was in Allegiant Stadium. No, I don't think I went to that game because it was Jacksonville last year when they beat them. But I was like. Yeah. So, I mean, take the victory as we can. Take the victory. Be happy with it. Move forward. We got the Chiefs next week.
We'll talk about the Chiefs game. That game is a little bit interesting, at least, because the Raiders always bring it to the Chiefs. There's kind of like a pride thing there. Rivalry between Max Crosby and Patrick Mahomes as well. But the fans rooting for tanking, especially in week 6, I will not get. The Raiders, too. And this is coming from a Chargers fan. Just trying to give you some kind of light, some kind of hope. The Raiders are starting to build something, especially offensively. They're starting to get something going there to where you could potentially sell to any free agent or quarterback that becomes available in the market. Hey, we got something here. I think that no matter what, if the Raiders are in the top 10 of next year's draft again, if they're in the top 15 of next year's draft again, if they're drafting at 20th, they should be drafting an offensive tackle no matter what. So it doesn't really matter where the Raiders are in the draft. You're going to get a top 3 offensive tackle if you use your first-round pick on tackle no matter what. And then they can decide if they want to go young at quarterback or if they want to bring in a veteran because you're going to have all the pieces in place at that point. So Raiders fans should be rooting for the offense and the team to look good so you have more options at the quarterback position because that is what's sinking the team. Geno's thrown 25 interceptions in like the last 20 games.
Well, this is what they think. They think by having the number 1 overall pick is guaranteed that you're going to get a quarterback and you're going to win.
They shouldn't get a quarterback.
I think I sent you that graphic earlier today, Mike. The last four teams that have taken a quarterback number 1 overall have all fired their coach in the season that they had that quarterback.
Didn't the best quarterback just go down?
I'm not sure. What are
I
you
think
talking about?
Aller, isn't he the best quarterback? I don't know if he's going into this year's draft class or not, but I don't know. I'm with you 100%. I think if the Raiders draft first overall, they should trade back and they should get a tackle still
Yeah. So
because
I mean, no
Genty should
matter
be your
where you
quarterback.
draft,
Ashton Genty should be
draft
your quarterback.
draft picks are they're not guaranteed. You're not guaranteed to what because you have the number one pick doesn't mean that you're going to
Yeah.
get the best player. Like play the season out, get the confidence, show that you have something growing, and then worry about the draft. And if you have to trade up, you trade up, but get the damn wins. Like a win is a win.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, get the confidence up, get the momentum going, and take it to Kansas City, and let's take down these Chiefs, Joe. It's a battle for third place. The Raiders need to move up in the standings. Please. What is the biggest chance the Raiders have to win this game against the Chiefs this weekend? I personally think that you want to get after, just run straight into what the Chiefs have been frustrated with and struggling with. Just run straight after Chris Jones. Tire him out. Get him frustrated. Get him arguing with each other. Try and frustrate him defensively. It looks like the Chiefs offense is starting to click. The Raiders defense, honestly, to me, stands no chance against the Chiefs offense. You should be trying to play keep away with Genty. You should be trying to get them to make some mistakes defensively and just hope that Mahomes also gets a little sloppy with the football or something. Crosby can force a fumble, something like some kind of big game-changing, game-swinging play paired with a very smart and Genty-led attack. Genty, Mostert, Genty, Mostert, like that pattern over and over and over again.
Yeah, and the Raiders, the last couple of times they've played the Chiefs, especially in Arrowhead, they've taken them to the wire. They won one game, and then they should have won last year's game, but they had that fumble at the end that ruined it. So it's not like they don't know how to play the Chiefs, and it's not like they probably had a worse team. I would think that Aiden O'Connell is worse than Geno Smith, and I don't care what people say about that. I still take Geno Smith over Aiden O'Connell.
I want to see it.
So, and Aiden O'Connell didn't throw a pass against the last time we beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead. He didn't throw a pass for 3 quarters. So what you're saying is run the damn ball. Run the ball and get it going. And do those long series and keep them off. And I think Rashid Rice comes back this week, right?
Yeah.
So that sucks for us. Like that would be a hurting thing, but I don't know. I feel like it's a 12. I just saw right now they had a 12.5 point underdogs. In the NFL, that's crazy. Like that's I think anything over 10 is nuts for NFL games, no matter how bad somebody is. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hang in there a little bit. And this is what Pete Carroll was basically brought in, was for this division, right? And to hang in there and try to and just show us like I think if we expect a win, I think if Raider Nation expects a win this weekend, we're delusional as fuck. Like I'll just say that right now. Like get that out of your head. But if they win, we celebrate like no other, because the Raiders have 2 things going for them. One, you just came off a win right now, and that gives you a little bit of momentum. And 2, you have the bye week after this. So a lot of players are. I don't know if sometimes that affects you, where you just go balls to the wall and you go, I have a week off after this. I don't give a damn what happens. Let's just give it us all. We'll take the week off and relax, and reset after the bye week. And so I think that is something to look forward to. I think that's something that the Raiders can try to be, but I don't know. I'm not really looking forward to this game. Yeah. I'll tell you that.
They got to get physical, and I think you play it aggressive and live and die with that and see what happens. Like I know that Mahomes isn't really the guy you want to blitz a ton, especially with Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy out there and healthy on the field. But what chance do the Raiders really have if they don't make something happen, some kind of big play happen? To me, I don't think they really have a chance at all, because the Chiefs are going to move the ball well, both on the ground probably and through the air on you guys in your just typical sets. Try and throw some surprise Devin White blitzes at them. Try and mix up the coverages. Try and disguise man coverage and then go zone at the last second. Maybe you're going to get burned. Maybe you're going to give up a touchdown. But you're hunting for a strip sack fumble recovery in good territory. You're hunting for a pick 6. You're hunting for something like that. That's what's going to win the Raiders this game, or give them a chance, I guess, to win this game. I just want to see the Genty show on the Chiefs defense, because the Chiefs defense, I feel like their confidence got up a lot in that Lions game. I don't want to see it continue to go up. I want to see it going the direction it was going, where they were really kind of like reeling to find their edge, reeling to find their mentality that they had the last couple of years. I don't want them to find it again in the Raiders game. And Genty is that type of player where he's the star player of this team. If you bring a certain mentality and physicality to the game, you're probably going to have an easy time beating the Raiders overall, but he's going to beat them up. And that's all I want to see is just see Genty beat them up at least, even if the Raiders lose. Just beat them up.
Yeah, just show a little bit, and I think Genty has, and that's something that we got to be impressive with. Is Genty has been getting better, and his awareness and everything, and you see him like bouncing it out more. You see him getting more comfortable in the NFL.
Game slowing down, yeah.
That's something that Raider fans have to get excited about because first couple of games he was just running straight into the line of scrimmage and whatever. Now he's actually seeing it and he's bouncing it outside. And you put Genty outside with one of the smaller guys, like he's a small guy already, but you put him outside with a cornerback or something. Like Genty's only 5'8" and he's a small dude, but he's a powerful guy and he's gonna let you have it. And he's gonna stiff arm you, he's gonna knock you down, and if he can get past you, he's gone.
No, he's just the next Trent Richardson, Joe. He's just the next Trent Richardson.
You would love that. How's your rookie running back doing?
Okay, no low blows here. Our second-year running back, Kimani Vidal, had a great game against the Dolphins. And it's kind of funny, Joe, because you texted us right after the Omarion Hampton injury, and you were like, oh, should I get Haskins or should I get Vidal? And me and Tony are both like, all caps. It's Kimani time, baby. And it was in Miami.
And I didn't get either one of them. I didn't care, so I didn't pick
You were just like, screw the Chargers overall. But, yeah, this is a good time to transition over to the state of the Los Angeles Chargers and where we're going. Chargers got a big win against the Dolphins, Joe, even though we tried to blow it. The best that the Chargers could try and blow a game. What really happened in this game? The Chargers looked like the better team throughout. The few times that we ran into some hiccups, the weaknesses and the injuries and the backups made mistakes that was kind of expected. It wasn't expected to be a perfect game. But for the first two quarters, we were moving the ball super well. Just kept getting stopped in the red zone. We didn't have Quentin Johnston kind of to hammer those into the end zone. We don't have the running backs to hammer those into the end zone. Bunch of field goals. Go to halftime. The game is close. But second half, we started to just take over the game. Our offense looked unstoppable. The rushing attack was balling out. The defense was getting after Tua. And it's like, we're up by 2 touchdowns. Last drive, last chance, basically, for the Dolphins to do something. They get the touchdown, we get the ball back, get stopped, 3 and out, they get the ball back, and then they score again. And it's just like all that work is gone in just 2 drives. And I hate it so much because the Chargers, they played pretty well throughout this game with all things considered and what we were working with at the tackle positions. The big eyesore for the Chargers, the good news is the rushing attack turned on. Justin Herbert still looks freaking amazing, like Superman on the football field. And overall, our passing defense and our pass rush with the OA trade looks phenomenal. But the problem is we can't stop the run without Khalil Mack out there, and we need to get Khalil Mack back. He's actually getting really close to coming back. And then the other thing that really kind of worries me a little bit is the red zone struggles, like I was saying. You got to score touchdowns in this league to win consistently. We play the Colts this week. We're going to need to score some touchdowns, I think. Just a hunch. Based off of seeing what Devon A-Chain did to our defense, what Jonathan Taylor might do to our defense, we're going to need to score some touchdowns. So hopefully Quentin Johnston can get back out there and we can convert some of these things into touchdowns. Overall, very promising game for the Chargers that just had kind of like one of your iconic Chargers near collapses, Joe. But then Justin Herbert goes Superman, just like that Broncos game. I don't know if you saw the play. Did you see the play where he got sacked and then just stood there like there was no one on him and just threw it anyways?
No, I feel bad because I didn't watch the Charger game, so I have nothing.
Oh, you got to go watch this highlight. So it's Herbert late in the game gets rushed. He's getting attacked by 2 defensive linemen, and they hit him, and he just stays standing. And they fall to the ground next to him, throws it past the lad. Lad jukes a guy out and goes down the field. The Chargers had 30 seconds left to get into field goal range. They do on that one play from Herbert, breaking 2 sacks. Like he does. You've seen it before.
Yeah, no, I think I saw the highlights, but I just didn't go back and watch it. I had a very busy day, Sunday and yesterday, so I'm not as prepared. I'm sorry for this show that I should have been, but I did pick the Miami Dolphins to win this game, so that I am pissed off at that, Mike.
Well, you could thank Tua for it not happening. Tua was absolutely terrible in this game. For all the great things I said about Herbert, this was kind of like the Dolphins' like glaring mistake of taking Tua over Herbert. And if you just put it in a movie and played this game, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Tua throws 3 interceptions, but he probably should have thrown 5. He was overthrowing receivers like crazy and getting frustrated. And then he has the audacity after the game, in a game they lose by 2 points that he threw 3 interceptions in. So he threw more interceptions than the points they lost by. He has the audacity to go to the microphone and be like, oh, guys are showing up late to meetings, and that's why this is happening. All that kind of stuff. It's like, bro, we just watched you play like shit for 4 straight quarters. Game on the line, kept playing like shit. And then he still went and blamed the rest of the team for it.
Yeah, I saw his press conference, and I was just like, wow, okay. Like,
Mike McDaniel's got to go.
Yeah, well, you got to pick which one you want to go. I mean, Mike McDaniel's is going to try to blame it on Tua, and then Tua's going to try to blame it on everybody else. Like,
they probably both got to go.
They both, yeah. Just let them both go. Just send them both out. Like, but hey, I saw the Chargers. I saw like 48 seconds or something like that left, and I was like, oh, Chargers gonna lose. Chargers gonna lose, and I was like, damn it, how'd they win this game? But
well, now you know Herbert went Superman mode.
It's the Miami Dolphins. Wow, you guys beat the Dolphins. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it was a booty clinching game just because of all the injuries. The Chargers literally at tackle are playing third stringers at both spots at this point. So first Rashawn Slater goes down, then we move Joe Alt over, then Joe Alt goes down, then his backup Trey Pipkins goes down, and then his backup Jamari Sawyer goes down. Now you're here where you're like playing literally like Bobby Hart started this game, Joe. We signed him a couple weeks ago. He's starting this game. He's the former Bengals tackle that could not get it right in front of Joe Burrow, and Justin Herbert just makes it work. I will say, like, a warning out to the leagues. I know a lot of coaches watch our show, and a lot of NFL staff members watch our show. All this blitzing Justin Herbert late in games, consistently throughout the years since we've drafted Herbert, third down, he's facing a blitz. Against every team we play, they just send an all-out blitz at him, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. My theory is they saw something on tape when he was younger, and they just started to try and take advantage of this. Really, the Chargers O-line has been shaky as well over the years, but now it's like a blitz if you dare type of situation because Herbert is extending these plays, and you have Keenan Allen and Ladd McConkey and KLS and Trey Harris and Quentin Johnston and all these guys out wide. We're getting Aronde Gadsden, the big tight end, involved now. Like, if you blitz him and he extends the play, even just 1 extra second, it's turning into touchdowns. It's turning into 40-yard plays. Blitz if you dare, you might lose. That's kind of my message I want to send out to the league. Because that's what happened at the end of this game, too. The Dolphins just went all-out blitz, and you can't send an all-out blitz and then miss the sack twice against Justin Herbert. That's going to be a game-ending play.
Yeah.
So hopefully that continues with Herbert. One thing I do want to talk about, too, about the Chargers before we move on here. The Chargers are heavily rumored in the trade market, and a lot of it is surrounding the running back position. But I think the Chargers are probably still looking at a lot of positions. I would like to see the Chargers get after a running back. I'm thinking like a Tony Pollard or a Breece Hall or someone we can get cheap that could fill in for Marion Hampton until he comes back. He's going to be out for a long time, I think. Like Joe Alt coming back from a sprain is a whole different story from a running back coming back from a high ankle sprain, guys. So just buckle up and prepare to be waiting until late in the season for Marion Hampton to be ready. I would love to see the Chargers get an Alvin Kamara, but it just feels like he's going to be too expensive. He doesn't even want to leave. So my eyes are on Breece Hall or Tony Pollard. I'm pretty set on that. And then I think the Chargers are still going to add to this pass rush. And maybe I'm dreaming here, but I think that either Quinn Williams or Jeffrey Simmons are going to be up for trade. I don't know if it's going to be to the Chargers, but I just want to put it into the universe. Quinn Williams or Jeffrey Simmons to the Chargers.
Yeah, it'd be interesting because I could see the Jets trading a lot more than just Breece Hall and Williams. So there could be a lot of players from that team moved on. And Simmons, his contract in Tennessee is probably not what they want to continue with. So, I mean,
he's playing some elite ball right now, man. He's balling out this year still, even with them sucking.
Well, remember what was that 2 years ago when the Titans had like 8 sacks in the playoff game? Like,
yeah.
Like you got, Simmons is unbelievable. Like I think I talked about it a couple weeks ago. I would love Simmons on the Raiders, like next to Max Crosby. I think It-
He would give you
it-
everything that you dreamed of with Wilkins.
every team would go after a guy like that, and that's where you got to look at yourself, and you got to see if you're the Tennessee Titans, be like, we're going to trade somebody that every team's going to give us a call on. Like, we must be stupid, but they've done worse. Look at what they did. They fired Mike Vrabel, and look what he's doing right now.
Yeah, I know, and they're playing them this week too. That's going to be a interesting one. You see, William saying the Dolphins blew 17-point lead against Panthers. The Dolphins have been bad all year. Their defense is not good. Tua's up and down like crazy. He can't put together more than like 10 straight good plays together anymore at this point. So yeah, the Dolphins I think is going to have a long year. Although this week they've got an interesting matchup against the Browns in Cleveland, where they could win that one too. It could be 50-50 for that one. Yeah, let's see how teams play it at the trade deadline here. We're getting closer to the trade deadline. We'll do some more trade deadline talk next week. I do think that sometimes it is worth it to get the draft picks and make it happen, but usually it's for like veteran players that aren't going to be there for the end of your rebuild anyways. You're going to take a few. You understand you're going to take a few years to rebuild your roster. You got a 30-year-old player who's balling out. Maybe not hold him there and just have his whole career wasted while you struggle to rebuild over and over and over again. New York, Tennessee, all these teams. Maybe let's get these guys somewhere where they can succeed. And I mean somewhere like LA, possibly. Let's get to the Mike's Pickems Challenge, Joe. We're picking every single game all year long, competing against each other to find out who's better at predicting games, Chargers fans or Raiders fans. And right now, after a very good week by myself last week, I'll take a few bows. I'm back in the lead.
You know what pissed me off is I was driving to LA last night or yesterday, and I was like, I got to go switch the two games because I wanted to switch to the Falcons and I wanted to switch to the Bears, and I had them reversed. And I was like, yeah, I'll just do it when I get there. And I didn't do it. And then both of them won, and that gave me two more losses. But something was telling me, like, hey, these two teams are going to be able to pull it off. They're both coming off a bye. Hey, what about them Bears? I just want to say 25-24, 2 weeks in a row is ridiculous. Like, to win by the same exact score, 25-24, 2 weeks in a row is crazy. That was, I don't know. I just look at weird stuff like that and be like, interesting to me that they've been able to do that.
There's been a lot of weird games this year where it's made me like scratch my head a little bit, where I'm like, wait, what just happened? What was that? What are we doing? Huh?
Yeah.
How about the one where Justin Fields bounces the ball off of someone's helmet? It bounces into the air off the sky cam, like 3D, straight into the sky cam. Like, how does that even, what are the chances of something like that even happening? Of Justin Fields just adding to the blooper reel, by the way.
Also, if you are watching this program right now and you guys are looking at me and Mike and you guys are commenting or whatever, you had more passing yards than the Jets did last week. So congratulations.
45 more passing yards than the Jets did.
Because I think they finished with negative 10 net yards or whatever, right? For passing yards.
Yeah, it was bad. 10. Yeah,
so,
I think it was negative 10. It was terrible.
That was like, I was glad I was driving to Vegas during that, and I just put the game on when I'm driving in the car and I'm just going. Like, I'm glad I was actually doing something at that point, because I hate when I wake up and I sit in my living room and I'm watching a dumbass game like that, like a boring, horrible, like both teams were bad.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's what we send across the seas. Like, that's what you want people over there to love is that garbage. Like, either way, we got another early game this week.
Yeah, I even sent it to you guys in the chat. I was like, this is just a frustrating, terrible game to watch. The Broncos are going to get away with murder here. I could feel it. It's going to happen, and they did.
Yeah, it
ain't happening this week. Go ahead and play games with this New York team. This ain't the same New York team coming to Denver as the Jets. I'll tell you that right now. Jackson Dart might only make it like 3 more quarters, but hey, they're going to be an electric 3 quarters, and they're going to get this fucking upset.
So Denver didn't. Okay, so when you play overseas, you have the option now of taking a bye the next week and not. So Denver didn't take the bye, right?
They didn't give us that option. The Chargers had to go straight to Vegas right after the Brazil game.
No, I'm talking about like overseas, like London and all that. They've been giving people the chance to take a bye. I mean, Brazil, it was week 1, and you guys played an early Friday, came back basically, and it's not like you were traveling all the way.
Chargers have the most travel mileage by 7,000 miles. It's a lot of miles to be given a team. What's up, V? Welcome back. to the chat. Bolt up, by the way. Congrats on the win. All right, let's actually get into our picks here. Thursday Night Football is where we're going to start. We're going to go through the rest of the games. By the way, if you guys are tuned in on YouTube, tuned in on Facebook, tuned in on Instagram, tuned in anywhere, please like the stream. If you guys can, come to the YouTube channel and subscribe to the channel. That's the best way to support this podcast. It's where it airs every Tuesday live from 10:30 to 12. Somewhere in that range is when we start, depending on how our schedules are going and how the graphics are going, honestly, that I'm setting up before the show starts. But Thursday Night Football, Steelers on the road in Cincinnati. It's the Unk Bowl, Joe. We got Joe Flacco, 40-year-old man, versus Aaron Rodgers, 40-year-old man. This is good. This is going to be the battle of the grandpas or near grandpas. I've been hesitant, but since like week 2, week 3, the Steelers team keeps showing a little bit of potential. I always knew that the defense was eventually going to come alive, so I'm really watching the offense. They've started to turn my head a little bit, get my belief. I'm not going all in yet because I don't want to have a relive or a redo of that whole Jets experience that I already did with Aaron Rodgers. I've already taken that support, that level of support away from Aaron Rodgers. But if this team can figure out the rushing attack, they can be contenders. And I know that they can rack up wins, especially throughout the rest of the regular season and win this division, but be competing for the 1 seed at the end of the year. If they could figure it out for that late in the year, we got to kind of grind it out. And their path to that is either, if Caleb Johnson isn't the guy right now, let's trade for somebody. I know it sucks to say that, but this is an all-in season for the Steelers. Go for broke. Or let's get Caleb Johnson rolling and downhill. That's really what I want to see from the Steelers this week against the Cincinnati defense in a big win for the Steelers. The Bengals side of the ball, they looked a little bit better on offense with Joe Flacco. They put up more of a fight than they did with Browning, but it wasn't good still. I mean, Statue Flacco is not able to get away from a pass rush. And now Trey Hendrickson is down. Their defense was already terrible. It only gets worse. I had the score being 31-17 Steelers. Do you got any love for the Bengals here, Joe? They are at home on a short week. That sometimes can lead to a little bit of a trap, weird game in a divisional battle.
I have no love for the Bengals this week. I know Joe Flacco did come in there, and he impressed me a little bit more. But how hard is it? Don't throw an interception and find Jamar Chase. That's pretty much all you have to do. You have one of the best wide receivers in the game. Just find them and get everybody else going. Now, I don't know if you have seen the stuff that Mike Tomlin has been throwing out this week. Love it. Mike Tomlin has been one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, but he can basically say whatever he wants because he backs it up, right? But I don't know if you saw this, but they asked him about Joe Flacco and the trade to the Bengals. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
He said Andrew Berry, who is the general manager of the Browns, right? Andrew Berry must be a lot smarter than me or us because it doesn't make sense to trade a quarterback that you think is good enough to be your opening day starter to a division opponent that's hurting in that area. But that's just me. That's my personal feelings. He's basically taking a shot at the Browns right there, going, "Hey, if you think Joe Flacco is good enough to be your starting quarterback opening day,
don't turn to a division rival." Yeah,
division rival. I don't know. I think
that cracks me up, bro. Mike Tomlin's a savage for that, but he's just saying what everyone's thinking. I mean, the Browns run their franchise rogue. It's like all 31 teams are in synchronization that the Browns are in left field and lost.
Yeah. He went on and said it makes sense in Cincinnati's perspective, but to get a good quarterback like Joe Flacco, but in no sense does it make for the Browns. Good for Mike Tomlin. I like press conferences like that. I like when people are 100% up there. And Jamar Chase, I sent you a thing right before we went on the show. I don't know if you saw that, but Jamar Chase says he knows that the Steelers are coming at him this weekend. This is an AFC North battle that we're going to see. And I know the Bengals aren't that great this year, and they're down this year. But every time this division gets together, it's a hard hitting games, and it's a fun game to watch. Steelers should be able to dominate this game, right? The Bengals have absolutely no defense, and the only thing that keeps them together if they can score points on offense, and that's what they got to get going. So I hate Thursday night games. I hate Thursday night games because you never know what could happen, and most of the time you should be going for the home team. But in this fact, Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers should rack up another win.
I'm with you. I think Rodgers is playing good this year too, man. He's doing what he does, what people known him for doing pre-snap, and he's also still got very good accuracy, very good poise. Made a special throw a few times this season, but another one in this last game. So hopefully Rodgers can continue to stay hot. You worry with the age, like the later we get in the season, the more hits he takes, the more his body's getting beat up. Is he going to be able to keep it up? I hope that he can, because I like the Steelers. They're a fun team this year with Jalen Ramsey and TJ Watt on the same defense and DK Metcalf and Aaron Rodgers in the same offense. It feels like a little bit of a Madden Steelers team, which we're not used to. We're used to the Steelers kind of being passive and going for like some boring quarterback that no one wants to see playing quarterback.
Yeah, and it'd be interesting. The Steelers should be buyers at the trade deadline. Like they should go out there,
100%.
find another wide receiver, find a running back, and
I would add to the
have to
defense
go all
too.
in, right? They've already traded. They got Aaron Rodgers. They traded for Jalen Ramsey. Like they have to go all in this year. Like
Why not?
They have to though. They have to. Like
Yeah.
you
Or
built
otherwise-
this roster to do that, to go all in this year.
It's all just a waste pretty much. So, and like we were saying, a lot of teams are already really bad and they don't look like they have much hope. And that leads to a very interesting trade deadline when you start to end up with a top heavy league where there's so many bad teams. There's only a few good teams. Those good teams are going to be aggressive and they're going to pay more at the deadline than they would in the offseason. These bad teams are going to take advantage of that. We'll see what happens. I think Devon A-Chain would be perfect in Pittsburgh.
Steelers, send a 3rd-round pick to Las Vegas. We'll send you Jacoby Myers right now.
That'd be a good fit. Timing-based route running wide receiver for Aaron Rodgers is the kind of guy he likes. But we'll see what happens there. Next game is we're going across the pond to London, which is interesting because that's basically the Jaguars' home turf, right? At this point, the Jaguars own London every time they go there, and it sucks because it looks like the Rams are going to be without Puka Nacua. Also, I was absolutely shocked. I know you were at the Raider game; you didn't see it, probably, Joe. Puka Nacua took a nasty hit and went down and was in so much pain that he was crying on the field. It looked serious. It looked like Puka was probably done for the season. And then he goes into the locker room. 2 guys carry him in the locker room, I should say. He didn't even walk into the locker room. Comes back out completely fine and finished the game in the second half. Like, this guy is an absolute wild man. He's lost his mind. But news has come out he sprained his ankle. So he is day to day. We don't know. Puka's going to... I assume if he got out there after a couple of seconds, he's going to get out there after a week.
Yeah, I don't think he was the only one that did that. I'm trying to think of a game that I saw... was it Sunday night? Somebody did the same thing. They were they got helped off to the sideline, and then they worked their way back. You're like NFL players, like if you don't think they're tough as hell, like
well, I've seen Devontae Adams get knocked out cold in games and get up and continue and finish them. I
Well,
don't
what was
understand
that
how does that work?
Yeah, I was gonna say a couple of years ago, DeAndre Hopkins laying there dead in the end zone.
He's asleep. He's asleep.
I
think he has a concussion. I don't think you need to do the test.
So I think it's crazy, like how NFL players can come to the sideline. You're like, man, they're done.
They're tough.
And 3 plays later, they're back in the game, and then it comes out like, oh, they tore their ACL, or they tore not their ACL, but their MCL or whatever.
He kept playing,
and then he kept playing. Now he's out for the. It's like, holy crap. I don't know if you know this, but I love the Sleeper app. Like the Sleeper app is the best. If you play fantasy football, you have Sleeper or whatever. They change some of the players' profile pictures around this time of the year. Puka Nacua picture, Mike. I don't know if you've seen it. LeBron James.
I saw that actually.
LeBron James. So he's the GOAT right now, is what they're saying. But I'm not happy with the Rams and what they did last week. I know injuries happen and whatever, but 17-3 over the Ravens, like, really? Like that's what you came out with? Like, Sean McVay, like, what do you like? Every time I think the Rams are taking a step forward, it's like they got the win. Like, I can't get upset, but this should have been a Matthew Stafford, Devontae Adams. Like, you should have put a lot of points up on this team. You should have beat the Ravens. Like, they're down. This is when you kick a team like the Ravens. When they're down, you just keep on kicking them and you go right at them. So I wasn't impressed with the Rams, and every time I feel like I'm about to back the Rams and be like, okay, cool. Like, they're 4-2, but are they 4-2? Like, they should have really lost to the Colts. They should have. It's just ugly victories. Like,
So you taking the Jaguars?
I think I'm going to take the Jags
In London. Now I'm kind of scared because I took the Rams by 3. I think it's going to be a fun game. Now you got me kind of nervous a little bit because
Yeah, I'll take Jacksonville on this one.
I do think it makes sense to take the Jaguars in this game. I do. But my heart and my mind is telling me.
I think we click on it at the same time.
Yeah, we did. We don't even need to click on it. I guess it's up in the corner. I'm dumb. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but-
I'm going Rams 2017. So we got an opposite one here early on in our picks. Usually we were the same up until like midway through.
We got Miami and Cleveland.
Oh yeah, this is one that is going to be a mess. I think the Dolphins look terrible in the game. Their defense did not look good. Their offense did not look good. Tua's throwing interceptions everywhere, like I was saying. I mean, final play of the game, Joe. They're basically they have to pitch it. They pitch the ball around, just try and make some kind of Miami miracle happen. Right? Tua drops back and just throws it straight at Derwin James to end the game.
He's like, you know what? We're getting out of here. Let's go home. Like, I'm done.
So you have the whole field, everyone drop back into coverage. It's like all you gotta do is just throw it to someone underneath so we can start pitching it around, and he just throws it straight at a Chargers defender. I don't get it at all. They should be thinking about trading A-Chain. I think they should be thinking about trading even Jalen Waddle. If someone's gonna offer you a lot for him, I would want to keep Jalen Waddle for the next quarterback that comes in here. But he's the type of receiver that you're gonna get max dollar for right now. Probably he's already on a contract, so. Maybe they want to get some contract relief. You can't trade Tyreek Hill anymore, so maybe people will offer up for Waddle. They have no will. They have no physicality. But I think they're going to win this game. 24-23 Dolphins.
Yeah, Dolphins have no identity. No identity.
But you know what? No, never mind.
I'm trying to switch it.
Stefanski, just run the ball on these mother truckers. Just feed Judkins. And just make this happen. I'm switching that. Browns 24, Dolphins 23.
There you go.
Opposite.
Because Junkins is badass.
Keep the tight ends in too. Whenever they keep the tight ends in, and the defense doesn't know whether it's going to Judkins or going to Njoku or Fanning, the Browns have been successful all year. So let's keep that up.
Let's just say this. After this game, I'll call it right now. And you can clip this out, Mike, for you, and you can have this ready for Monday. Mike McDaniels will be fired after this game.
That's not that much of a hot take.
I know it's not a hot take. It's not a hot take. We've been waiting for it, but this is the final one that we'll get it. This is the one that he's going to lose badly to the Cleveland Browns. Dylan Gabriel didn't complete a pass over 20 yards, and or 10 yards or something like that, and he threw 53 times last week. Hey, Jalen Ramsey pointed at the bench last week and said, "Bring in Shedeur Sanders. Bring him in." And I don't know if he's doing that because he thinks Dylan's bad, or if he goes, "Bring him in because I'll tear his ass up too." Like the confidence level, like it don't matter who you put at quarterback, we're going to do it. But yeah, I'm going with the Cleveland Browns just because I'm sold on Junkins. What he's doing and the power that he runs with, like he has made a difference for that Cleveland Browns. And if they only had a quarterback or something to be able to do that, because their defense is pretty solid. Like,
yeah, the Browns offense has been absolutely terrible this year. Their defense has actually been good, really good, top 10 level throughout the season. That's why I'm worried about this game, that they just come out and only score 10 points again. Like, that's basically what they've done all season. So why believe in them more? Because the Dolphins defense sucks. Kevin Stefanski's smart, and he's just going to run the ball down their throat. That's all you got to do. That's all he's got to do. Kamani Vidal just had 125 yards rushing against this defense. Please give it to Judkins. But if they don't, and they try and throw the ball, and they try to get flashy, the Browns are going to lose, Joe. They're going to lose. And we're going to be sitting here next week, and I'm going to be looking at you like I should have picked the Dolphins.
Keep it simple, stupid. That's all you got to say. Keep it simple, stupid.
Especially this week. But yeah, and also shout out to Jalen Ramsey. I love the way he's playing this year. I love the way the Steelers are using him too. They're using him kind of more like a hybrid safety corner. It's a lot of fun to watch. He's being very aggressive. Back like his old days. Eagles at Vikings is the next one here. This one's very interesting because the Eagles now gotten caught with their pants down twice. Me and you talked about it on this show all season that they were not the team that their record said that they were. And here we are sitting with back-to-back L's, and now you go and play a tough Vikings team coming off of a bye week. I mean, this is not a good break for Philly, who's reeling. They did get some extra time to prepare for this game themselves because they played on Thursday, I think the Vikes are going to load the box and basically just say, go ahead, try and throw. Let's see what you got. But what do you think about this game, Joe?
Yeah, I was gonna say Vikings coming off a bye week, but it's not like they got much more rest than
Yeah, it's only a couple extra days.
yeah, they played on Thursday night. But the Eagles, like, oh yeah, you got the tush push, good for you. And what are you gonna do? Run that the whole time? You ran it 5 times in a row the other day, and everybody was bored. Everybody was tired of it. I think the tush push. This is the last year we're seeing the tush push. It's boring. It's not good. It's not good. It's a penalty every play.
Yeah, I don't mean to cut you off, but this is what my rants were about banning the tush push. It's not that I don't like the QB sneak. That's a part of the game. Keep the QB sneak. I think that the element where they're pushing the quarterback is the part they need to get rid of. But this is what I was talking about. Everyone kept telling me if you want to beat them, join them, or if you can't beat them, join them, or get better and beat them, or all this kind of stuff. And it's like, no, what you guys don't understand is you're encouraging them to run it more. You're encouraging them to use it more when they start to have struggles in other areas. And that's exactly, in the first month, what is playing out. Exactly as I called it. It's like, do you want to see it 5 straight times? That's what my questions were in the videos back then. Exact questions.
Hey, and the good thing is, if you are a Justin Jefferson fan, you're going to probably love this game because I think Adoree Jackson is going to be their number 1 guy this week. And that's not going to be pretty.
And Carson Wentz revenge.
Zadarius Smith just told the Eagles, peace out. I came out of retirement. I'm done. I'm going back into retirement. I'm not playing. I think he played like 2 games. I think he did pretty damn good too, but he's out. What happened? What's going on with Jalen Carter? Like, he's not playing games. He's getting suspended. He's getting thrown out of games. Like, they're a different defense when Jalen Carter is in there and when he's not in there. Like, I don't know. Vic Fangio, I thought you were a defensive expert. Like, what's going on? Like, I thought you could get anybody to play in that system. I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings in this game. I have no faith in the Eagles. You have, and this is what pisses me off about the Eagles too. I understand that you have Jalen Hurts, and I understand Jalen Hurts is a good running quarterback. You have one of the best running backs in the league in Saquon Barkley that you're not feeding the ball. You have two really good wide receivers, if not top 20 wide receivers when they're both on top of their game. You're not able to get it. You have a really good tight end, and your offense is horrible. Like, what is going on? Like, how do you not get that? Like that? How do you not get? Like, people wish for talent like that on their team. People wish for an offense like that.
We all know what's going on, but no one wants to just say it because they just won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and I think that's what gets you. That's what gets you a lot of leeway.
Kind of gets you in your head a little bit, huh? You're like, wait, he just won the Super Bowl, but clearly Jalen Hurts is not he's not the best quarterback in the world.
No, and that was a debate all offseason with Eagle fans going, you can't tell me that Jalen Hurts is not elite. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Like, just because lesser quarterbacks have won the Super Bowl, it's not all about your quarterback play. Like, last year was an unbelievable year by Saquon Barkley, right?
Yeah.
Like, 2,000 yards rushing by a running back is unbelievable.
And think what Jalen Hurts did. Jalen Hurts took 20 touchdowns away from that season.
Yeah.
From the tush push. So annoying.
Yeah, I hate the tush push. Like, I hate Jalen. I hate when you get down to the running and your quarterback is taking a touchdown away from a running back. I don't like that. It's just not my thing. It's something that pisses me off a lot. But
yeah, when Hurts is on absolute fire and he's accurate and he's hitting guys down the field and stuff, he's pretty hard to stop. I'll give you that. But he's on fire like once a month, if we're being honest. And this is
what happened last year with the Eagles, right? Like, people were calling to fire people and at the beginning of the season, and it's always at the beginning of the season where they struggle.
Yeah, this game.
Sorry, I didn't get the mute.
Bless you. This game is going to come down to Jalen Hurts, too. That's the craziest part. You know that Brian Flores is going to load the box. You know he's going to play downhill. You know he's going to live and die in man coverage and cover 1. And he's going to drop back and cover 2 at random times. But that's basically it. That's what you're going to get this week, Jalen Hurts. Good luck. And that's basically what's going to happen. Also, the Eagles dealing with some struggles in pass protection inside a little bit, too. I think that the Vikings can win this, too, Joe. I got them winning by 3 points. So go Vikes. Skol Vikes. Carson Wentz revenge game. I think once you double up, triple up, do what you got to do to try and stop this passing attack with Addison and Jefferson, the Eagles or the Vikings will then start to run the rock. Jordan Mason can get it going too if he's healthy in this one. So give me the Vikings too. Bears on the road in NOLA against the Saints, and what a win for the Bears. What the hell happened? Washington making us Chargers look bad, but whatever. Brendan Staley, man. His defense did well once this season against Jackson Dart in his second game. But other than that, the Saints have sucked. And they have fought hard offensively. And I want to commend Spencer Rattler. I still think he's like a backup level quarterback. But man, that guy's trying. He's tried his ass off out there. It's just not there. I think Bears keep it going off of momentum here against the Saints, who can't stop a runny faucet. Couldn't stop a team of toddlers at this point. I got Bears 30, Saints 17.
Yeah, how the Saints beat the Giants that week was still scratching my head over that.
I know how. I mean, it's just like Staley's defense can be confusing if you've never seen it before, but that's about it. Once you figure it out, it's Cook City.
Don't you talk about Staley like that. Don't you talk about the great Brandon Staley like that.
Once you get used to it, you realize, oh, this is.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bears. The Bears are doing some stuff. Hey, Swift had some great runs last night, huh? Like, he looked pretty good. Hey,
Yeah.
would it be interesting if they win 3 games in a row like that? The 25-24, like that.
Same exact score.
Hey, Jake Moody.
That would be a video for me. That would be a video.
49er fans, how you like Jake Moody kicking the ball?
He still got one blocked. Don't give him too much credit.
So I don't know. The Bears are moving, and Ondunze is on fire, and I think he's like they found something with him, and he found the right guy and Ben Johnson being his coach. I still question Caleb Williams in my own head, even though he is playing good. Like, there's times where I'm like, what are we doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, but hey, the Bears are clicking, and that's all you need. Like, you play the schedule that's in front of you, and the Bears probably have an easy schedule right now, that they're in that little part of their easy schedule. Rack up those wins. That's all that matters. That's all that matters in the NFL is rack up the wins that you're supposed to, and let everything else fall into place.
Yeah, and the Commanders, especially run defense, is god awful. So good job picking up on that and just getting after them, especially late in the game there by Swift. Panthers on the road in New York. Shout out to Harrison. I know he's in the chat right now. Panthers are absolutely heating up. 3-1 in the past 4 games. The Jets are unwatchable. Their offense is disgusting, and their coach is at the podium saying, "Why the hell would I bring in Tyrod Taylor?" Well, maybe because you want to be able to throw for more than -10 passing yards in an NFL game, coach. I don't know. Maybe that's the reason why you should think about bringing in Tyrod Taylor. At least think about it a little bit. If they continue on with this, the Jets sincerely could get to 0-7, 0-8, 0-9, and we're gonna get late into this 0-10. I don't know how far it's gonna go, Joe. I don't know how far it's gonna go if they keep Justin Fields in there and they just can't throw at all. There was times in that game before halftime. I don't know. Were you watching that game?
I was watching.
Oh, you're kind of listening to it?
Yeah,
before halftime, where they're just like, can we just please not turn the ball over? Like, anything but a turnover. They're playing for the anti-turnover when they should be getting in the field goal range.
Where they're like wasting time, and it's just like a horrible.
They just don't want to mess up. That's
a fireable offense. Like, right there. That's what head coaches get fired for. Like, that drive right there. Yeah, I was sitting there going, what are you guys doing? Like, just like, I don't know. If you don't like, this is what I don't get. If you don't trust your players that are out there, why do you have them out there? Like you said, if you think Justin Fields is going to turn the ball over, get him the hell off the field, get somebody in there that you actually are going to call the plays. Don't dummy down your plays. And that's what we're going to talk about next with the Raiders too, is if you don't trust the player, why do you even have him out there? I understand Justin Fields has the potential to break it each and every time, but if he's hurting your team, at some point, I don't understand why head coaches leave players out there and they go, well, why would I do that? Because sometimes you have to get the player mentally check him out and check him back in. And sometimes coming off for a sideline for a series or 2 or a quarter, sometimes it fixes them. Sometimes it doesn't, but sometimes
it's just like,
sometimes sitting somebody helps.
Yeah, well, in this situation, Justin Fields just isn't a starting level quarterback in the NFL. It's just straight up at that point. I mean, it's time to admit that. Is Aaron Glenn familiar with his quarterback at all? That this has happened everywhere he's went, where he started off the season okay, gets a little bit of tape on the field, and then all of a sudden, about 5 games into every single season, Justin Fields has made it 5 games into a season. It's all of a sudden like he can't throw anything. He can't pass at all. It's because they start to figure him out, and he's just not a good enough passer in the NFL to consistently do it play after play. It's the same thing with Tua, the same thing with a lot of these guys, where it's time to just rip the Band-Aid off and admit this is not a starting level quarterback. I think the Jets are tanking. I'm trying to hint at it without saying it straight up. I think the Jets are tanking. I really do. I think the Panthers win this 35-17, 35-14.
And I don't think I think I like Aaron Glenn, and I was hoping that it would work out in New York, and I still do, but I don't think I think he's finding out that he probably wasn't 100% ready to be an NFL head coach, and he's still learning a lot on the job, and it comes with it, and he's still trying to check his emotions at sometimes because he still has that player mentality. But like you said, I mean, this just shows you how good, like I think you said it last week, how good of a job Robert Saleh did with that team. And people gave him a hard time, but there's talent on that team, on that Jets team. And to be able to pull it all together. And I think Wilson is hurt now. Garrett Wilson is hurt. So
yeah, he's out.
It's only going to get worse. I'm taking the Carolina Panthers. Panthers, hey, how do you go back to Chuba Hubbard after what Rico Dotto has done the last two games? That's what I want to know. Like when Hubbard comes back and he's 100%, you're gonna be like, sorry, dude, you lost your job. Like Dotto has done something that only like 7 running backs have done in NFL history, and have over 200 plus yards from scrimmage in 2 games in a row.
There's room for receiving back in the backfield, okay? Chuba Hubbard will still have a role. Come on. Some of us have him in fantasy football here. I talked about the 6-0 streak. It's got to continue. Chuba Hubbard's on that team. Come on. But no, I'm picking the Panthers this week, Harrison. I have nothing against the Panthers. I don't believe in Bryce Young. I still don't believe in Bryce Young. I probably won't pick the Panthers the next hard matchup they have, but I'll take them to beat some of these bad teams because the Panthers are young, they're hungry, and I do slightly believe in Dave Canales and what he's doing there and in the offensive side of the ball and what they've got going since they've made that move to Canales. I think you give Aaron Glenn more time and give him a chance to figure it out, but like, is he going to turn into Dan Campbell, the culture setting former player that kind of doesn't really make sense that everything works? Or is he going to turn into, Hugh Jackson or Antonio Pierce or some of these other nightmare situations that we've seen? That's the paths for Aaron Glenn. Give me the Panthers, though. Raiders on the road in Kansas City. We already talked about this game earlier, but I gave you my mantra. Beat him up. Feed Genty. Get it to Bowers. Run him over. Do what you got to do. Wait, is Bowers playing?
Probably not.
Never mind then. 38-20 Chiefs.
I don't think we see Bowers until after the bye week.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just. But Michael Mayer did do an excellent job this weekend, and this is what's funny to me is like a lot of Raider fans are like Michael Mayer is good. No shit. Like this is one of the reasons that I gave you my draft reaction to Brock Bowers because we already had a great tight end, and Michael Mayers when he's on top of his game is a very good tight end, and people forgot about it, and then all of a sudden this week they were like, oh, he's actually pretty damn good. Yes. So last week sucked because we didn't have either one of them. Now we finally got one back. Like I talked about it at the beginning of the game, the Raiders dummied down the offense for Geno Smith. They don't trust Geno Smith, just like the Jets don't trust Justin Fields. And if you don't trust your quarterback, well, why have him out there? And this is a game that Geno hand the ball off. Can you just hand the ball off? Like, are you going to get that intercepted too? Like, just hand the ball off and let Genty do his thing. Keep Patrick Mahomes and that offense off the field. And I know teams like to keep everything in front of them. They don't like Patrick Mahomes to throw it deep. But I think at this point, like, bring him up. Like, don't play that cover 2. Don't come up and hit Patrick. Come up and do something. Let's get to him. And if they hit us deep, they hit us deep. But don't give them the short little bullshit that the Chiefs want, because that's what the Chiefs live on, and that's what teams allow them to do is just move up and down, move the chains, boom, 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 boom. I would rather you hit me deep, beat me deep, and we'll go from there. But I don't want you to move up and down the chains on me, and I want to do that to you. And I saw the Raiders. The Raiders have the potential to do it, Mike. They have the potential to do it. They did it. If they start off the game like they did against the Colts, where they do these 10, the Raiders have had multiple drives this year of 10 plus plays. And so they are able to do it. They're able to stay on the field. And we've seen Kansas City where if you're running on them, they get upset. They fight with each other. They can't do it. I'm trying to talk myself into taking the Raiders. Right?
Take
That's
the Raiders. What I'm trying to do. Take the Raiders.
This would be the first time all year that I don't take the Raiders, and maybe it's
they have the same record, Joe. They have the same records.
No, they don't.
Close.
2-4 and 3-3.
That's only one win off.
Man, I want to so bad. Maybe I'll change it by the end of the week, but right now I'm going with Kansas City. Like,
boo!
No, if we're picking against the spread,
boo!
If we're picking against the spread, I would do it, but.
Oh my god!
12.5 points.
I'll give you the spread just for the Pickems challenge. I'll just give you the spread.
Yeah, because 12.5 points, I'll take that all day.
I've got the Chiefs winning by 18 in my prediction, so I'll take the spread.
Yeah, I mean, nothing like that. Titans win didn't get me excited. Like I wanted that win; it was expected to win, but it was still an ugly game against one of the worst teams. And now we're playing against a team that's hot right now. That's getting better. It's
in Arrowhead too. If this was in Vegas, it'd be a lot easier of a trip. I know the Raiders play well in Arrowhead typically, but you still just have to put that in there. You can't just assume that every Raiders team's always going to play well there.
And here's what's going to piss me off the most, Mike, is I'm driving to Vegas this weekend, and I'm going to watch the game in the Raiders headquarters, and it's going to piss me off. Like, I want to win. Like, I want to see the win so I can celebrate.
Hopefully it's close for you. Hopefully it's entertaining for you at least.
Yeah. But I mean, it's gonna be interesting to be in there with I'm gonna take the kids and all that, and be in there in the actual Raider headquarters where they won't be there because they'll be in the road. But it'd be interesting to see it, watch the game there, and have fun.
Yeah, make some good videos too. Follow my friend Joe Morley if you're not, and you're here on the NFLMIKE channel.
Yeah, don't tell the Raiders that I picked against them though.
I won't tell him.
V's saying we're gonna win.
See, V's got it. V's in on the Raiders. Also, if you guys want to join the Pickems challenge, the challenge is open for you guys to join. The link is in the description. This is a free challenge. I probably should have said that at the beginning. If you guys want to join, send in your picks. You can get ahead of everybody. The link is down below for the free and paid Pickems challenge. You can win $100. You can win a jersey. Or you can check out the sponsors of the NFLMIKE's Pickems challenge this year, MyBookie, and get a free pick. You copy our picks, put in your own picks. Free pick up to $500 with promo code NFLMIKE. So go and check that out as well. And also, while I'm advertising, you guys tuned in on YouTube, please just hit like real quick. All 30 of you guys watching on YouTube right now, hit like real quick. 30 likes will literally send this out to maybe 10, 25, 100 people per person. That's how powerful one like button is. Please hit that like. If you guys watch on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. So you can be here next week. We'll be live again on Tuesday to talk about how this Mike Vrabel game goes. This is the Mike Vrabel Bowl. Patriots on the road in New England. Just trying to convince you, Joe. Joe, just pick the damn Raiders, would you?
She's already telling on me. She's already telling on me. V's telling on me, Mike.
Just pick the Raiders. Just pick them. Just give me the dub. Just give me the dub.
That's my issue. That's been my problem in pick'em challenges. That's why I'm like 5 games back in something. That's why I'm
give you too many wins with the Raiders. Literally,
the Raiders every week.
If you just go off of Raider games, you probably would have like 10 more wins per season, which is a lot. That's not a small number.
That's why people are like, your number is just because I'm so confident in the Raiders every week. Like, that's why my numbers are down. Like,
yeah, at least the Bolts give me a good like 9 or 10 per season. So that way, even if I go off a little bit, it breaks even.
Yeah.
They get a few upsets in there to make up for the ones that we fail. Anyways, Patriots on the road in Tennessee. Enough with the Raiders. Vrabel's going to get in there and get a touchdown. That would be iconic. That would be iconic. I'm absolutely enjoying watching what Vrabel's doing with the Patriots. I still worry about the rushing attack. I don't know what's going on there. You'd think that a Vrabel team would be able to figure that out. But hey, I'm not going to complain when like 9 out of 10 things are going right for the Patriots. On the other side of the ball, Titans, everything going wrong. They shouldn't even have the one win they have. The Cardinals literally had the worst fumbling, stumbling end to a football game that I've ever seen to gift the Titans that one win that they do have. I got the Patriots blowing Tennessee out. I got Vrabel making a statement right here, telling the Tennessee Titans, like, look at this. I think Tony put this in the chat as well. You guys could have me right now, and you have an interim head coach.
Yeah.
What are you doing? And I'm here competing for the AFC still, just like I was for the Titans. Holy shit.
Yeah, and I think Mike Vrabel I think he like goes to town. If he has a chance to run this score up, he's going to run this score up, and he's going to make them look stupid as heck. And I hope he does. And you know who I like? Cam Ward. I love like Cam Ward. I don't know if he has a talent or whatever, if it's just bad coaching, whatever it's been. But I love his press conferences. And like I talked about it, I like when people are 100% honest when they get to the podium. And he just said, "Hey, our offense is ass. Like we suck."
Yeah.
Like he'll straight out tell you.
Yeah.
And it sometimes it's him too. Like last week against the Raiders, he was fumbling the ball. He didn't look good. Sometimes he just threw the ball into random places on the field. It's like, where are you throwing it, Cam?
Yeah.
But I like that. But I think New England puts up 50 points this week. 50 points and straight out embarrasses this team right here. And good for Mike Vrabel. There's nothing better than seeing somebody get their comeback and get theirs when somebody else tries to put them down.
Yeah, and the Titans can continue to look for Mike Vrabel for Cam Ward. They can continue to go on that coaching search so they can find a great coach to coach Cam Ward up.
Mm-hmm.
It's
yep,
terrible.
I love those kind of things. Like get yours, Mike Vrabel.
Get out there and whip that ass. I've got it 30-10 Patriots. Yeah, the Titans are going to be another team that I think could start rebuilding now before this offseason even starts. I think that the situation was like from the jump here with Cam Ward, this offensive line experiment has not worked out at all, not even close to worked out. It seems like maybe the management, everyone kind of like looking at it like, we don't like anything about this. They just decided, if we don't like anything about what's going on, maybe we should just let's just start over now. And Mike McCoy's going in there, by the way. I'm going to Tennessee, going to get to see a Chargers coach against the Chargers. That's pretty fun. So thank you for that, Titans. Shout out.
Yeah.
Packers on the road in Arizona. I think this could be an interesting game. The Cardinals looked better with Jacoby Brissett, Joe. I don't get it. Doesn't make sense. Also, a lot of people on the internet are suspicious of Kyler Murray. Same week that a new Call of Duty game came out, he misses the game. So a lot of people are saying that maybe he was playing the game instead. The Cardinals did look better with Brissett because you just simplify things, and Brissett's just going to hit things on time. He's going to make it happen. Kyler Murray's super opposite of that. Super off timing, off platform, trying to make guys miss and make things happen and extend plays. Brissett's trying to end the play as soon as possible because he has no scrambling ability. I think he keeps the Cardinals in this game. I do. I think it'll be razor close. But I'm going to go with the Packers being the better team and pulling this out 21-20. Jordan Love, to me, is wildly inconsistent. He does not have my belief fully at all.
Yeah, no, he's not 100% there. Like people wanted him to, I guess people were like in the offseason. Remember how they were, even after week 2, they were already crowning Green Bay. Like they were already saying like they're going. I was going to say like, it's funny because I was telling my wife this during the Raider game, and I was like, hey, the NFL is nuts. Each and every week is different because I go, look, the Raiders got their butts kicked by the Indianapolis Colts. The Titans were able to beat the Cardinals last week, and look at the Raiders are beating the Titans this week, and the Arizona's hanging with the Colts. Like I go, it's just different matchups mean different things in the NFL. Your team can match up very well against one team and just whoop their butts, and that team can go on and win every other game. It's just, I love it. I'm waiting for the Jets to win their game so we can get that complete circle of how the NFL beats each other. Like I'm waiting for that. We need one win, Jets. That's all we need. But one. Yeah, I was going to tell you, Jacoby Brissett. Somebody I wouldn't have minded being the Raider quarterback at one point in his career, but that's beyond the point. Josh Jacobs is on fire right now. There's certain points about this. I don't know. I shouldn't get into this, but why did Green Bay take a wide receiver first round? I don't understand when they had other needs. I'm still scratching my head of why they don't use Matthew Golden more like they were supposed to. But
use him a little more in this one, a little more.
It's coming. But I'm still gonna. I think I'm still gonna take Green Bay though. I kind of want to go Arizona because they have been able to, and I can see them being able to stop the run and getting into Jordan Love.
Yeah, I don't feel safe about this one at all. I wouldn't bet on this one. I think it's too close to call. I got 21-20 was my prediction for the score.
So I'll go with Green Bay.
All right, Packers. Go, Pack, go. Let's go
See,
to
not the other one. See,
I hate that
JJ.
Green Bay took Golden. He's supposed to be ours. Oh, which team is your? Oh, Texans fan. Yeah, that would be a good fit for the Texans. To go Nico Collins right now. Anyways, I want Green Bay to be the dominant team that everyone wants them to be. They had the players to do it. Just got to put it all together. Like I said, I don't know about Jordan Love. I don't know about Jordan Love all the way yet.
Who they say has more tackles than solar tackles than Micah Parsons?
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase.
Insanity. All right, next game. Commanders on the road against Cowboys. Cowboys, man. This is what I was trying to tell people who are starting to believe in the Cowboys last week, that they're going to fail you soon. And there it came. They failed you. Now, the Cowboys defense is atrocious. Speaking of Micah Parsons, it is absolutely unplayable. I think they're going to get carved up by everyone this season. And I already have videos like in the makings where I'm adding up stats as we go to just make about how historically bad this Cowboys defense is going to be when we get to like week 10 and we start to add up the 30 points every single week that they give up. Commanders win this game 34-28, and the Cowboys are going to stick in it. Their offense is good. Dak is on fire right now. But the same thing's going to keep happening over and over again. When they get CeeDee Lamb back, they'll be even better. But right now, I don't believe in the Cowboys still at all, especially with that defense playing that bad.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, I mean, I understand. Like, we understood that the Cowboys' defense was going to be bad this year.
And the Commanders' defense is not good. I just want to make that clear. But at least, like, they're getting in coverage and they're doing something. And I know DeAndre Swift had a great game against them. I know the Chargers ran the ball okay against them throughout some injuries. But they're doing something to stop the bleeding enough for their offense. The Cowboys' defense, it just feels like it's just full gas. All steams ahead for opponents' offenses coming down the field. Nothing.
Yeah, and the Cowboys, you knew were going down when CeeDee Lamb went down because it puts it all on George Pickens. Which, hey, George Pickens has shined. Like it's been awesome to see what George Pickens can do. But
Des Bryant
you put so much on your offense to win games, and when you lost CeeDee Lamb, like that hurt. Like that even hurt you even more. So now your offense is struggling to still pick up the weight and keep the boat floating. And when you
got to score 40 points. You got to score 40 points. You just can't ask that every week.
Yeah, you can't do that in the NFL. You can't put yourself down that many points each and every week and be like, here you go, Dak. Go out there and do it. And so, hey, Javonte Williams has been a pleasant surprise to them, right? To everybody. But yeah, I don't. This would be another loss for the Dallas Cowboys. And you know what? Never mind, Mike.
It's Tony Pollard and
the Cowboys should have another loss. They have a tie, but they should have lost to the Packers. Like that.
Yeah.
That game, like I don't know.
They gave up 40. They scored 40 and still didn't win that game.
No, yeah, it's
that's how bad it is. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and the end of that game was just a mess too. I remember the Packers just absolutely flubbed it up more than once.
It just I don't know. I don't know what to say about the Cowboys without like
they just keep doing the same thing over and over again. It's the Walmart version of the last Walmart version. So it's like that's George Pickens is Des Bryant and Javonte Williams is cosplaying as Zeke and Dak is cosplaying as Romo. And then it's going to be another iteration of that next year. We're going to keep doing it until it just keeps not working.
They gave up 37 points to Russell Wilson. And
Russell Wilson got benched like a week and a half later. That's how bad he was the next week.
And didn't Justin Fields and the Jets look okay? Or I didn't know.
Yes, they took them to the wire too.
So yeah,
they're making everyone look good. Jaden Daniels is going to carve him up. Debo's going to have a hell of a game this week. Debo. Let's go, Debo.
Washington.
Yeah, Washington. Falcons. Bijan Robinson. How do you stop him? And how do you stop him, Joe, without Fred Warner and Nick Bosa?
You don't.
You can't. You can't. I've got the Falcons by way of Bijan fatality. Jesus.
I talked so good about the Niners last week, and I'm so glad it worked because
You
sometimes,
curse them?
yeah,
Jeez.
I'm not root. I never root for injury.
I think losing Fred Warner is officially too much. Like they were surviving, they were making it happen, they were still treading water. I still thought maybe they could be like a wild card team down the stretch, but losing Fred Warner, that is like a knife to the heart right there of the team.
Yeah, that's a big one. That is you could take injuries and you could take a blow here and there, but once you start taking too many, it's like, all right, we're done. Like, and then you have a running back like Bijan coming in here, who's you just saw how hot he was like yesterday and how much how good he could take over games. Not only him, they got a two-headed running back there. Algiers just is good in his own way too. It's like, what the heck? Drake London finally getting hot. Like that Atlanta team offense, that offense is starting to get hot, and that defense of San Francisco is just not there. And Atlanta's defense has been hit and miss this year. But I think they have enough to slow down this San Francisco offense enough. But wouldn't it be awesome to just see back to back like this game go Bijan, 80 yards and CMC 80 yards, like just a battle of the running backs just go back and forth. That's what I'm hoping for. Like just Bijan and CMC just showing off the whole damn game. That would be must watch TV for us, right? A great Sunday night game. But I'll take the Atlanta Falcons this week to go 4-2.
Yep, I got the Falcons 30-20 was my score prediction. I was very impressed by that Bills game from the Falcons, especially because like I was into my Pickems last week. I was kind of like flirting with not taking the Falcons to win, but to cover and keep it really close because I just feel like what they've been doing with the edge rushers, especially, has transformed their defense, and they kind of proved it to me a little bit in that Bills game. So let's see if that continues here against the Niners. The Niners may not have the horses on offense they normally have. They're still a very well put together offense. They're going to run it well, and they're going to give you some stuff to be disciplined about. And if you mess up, they'll score on you, even with Kendrick Bourne. So keep proving me right, Falcons, and keep proving that this defense is different, and I'll start to believe in the Falcons more and more and more and more. Now, we can't just have these random games from Michael Penix. We got to keep getting better, 9, but we'll see how the Falcons do as we get later in the season. Feed Bijan. You should win this one at least. Texans 20, or I got Texans 24, Seahawks 14. But Texans on the road in Seattle. Just gave the spoiler for my prediction. This is an interesting game, Joe, and it's also going to be a good Monday night game for us. What do you think about this one?
So you have the Texans winning this game?
I do.
I don't know. I understand the Texans have been coming back a little bit, but I do like what Seattle has built up there. I like what Seattle is doing. Their offense has been just enough. If they can get the running game going better, just a little bit better, I think they'll get it. But I think the defense has been coming around. I don't like C.J. Stroud that much this year. I don't like the Texans offense. I know they've been getting it going, and been able to do stuff, but I don't know. I like Seattle. I do, and this might be one. I don't know what the weather's going to be like. I got to check the weather that day.
Oh yeah, it could be.
If it's up there in Seattle and it's one of those nasty games, I'll take Seattle all day.
Yeah, if it turns into like a run and D type of game, that'd be tough for the Texans. But I like the Texans. I don't know. Coming off a bye week, finally C.J. Stroud finding his timing, heating up a little bit. I know the Seahawks just beat the Jaguars. That was a big win. That was not surprising to me at all. I think really with the Seahawks, they have a good defense and they have good weapons. They have a good offense. I think that when they play teams that can get after the quarterback really well, they're going to struggle a little bit more. And that's been Sam Darnold his whole career. And I've had a lot of success betting against Sam Darnold against really good pass rushes who have good offenses too to score. Seattle could win this game. I think it is very, very close and hard to call, but I'm taking the Texans. So here's one where we have a difference. Texans on the road, one of my upsets of the week this week. Not my official upset of the week, though, as you guys see, my upset of the week.
And this is actually a good test for the Texans because if you think about it, the Texans beat the Titans. And they beat up a horrible Ravens team that were knocked out. Like I said, you win the games that you're supposed to. Those 2 games that went. Then they went into the bye. Now they're coming against a very good team. So this will show the Texans where they are in terms of, hey, were those those 2 wins just because we played bad teams, or was that us turning it around and getting back onto where we're supposed to be? Because the Texans are supposed to be a good team. They're supposed to be. They're probably supposed to be the best team in their division, but it just hasn't been there right now. So I think this is a good test, especially coming off your bye week, to go against the Seahawks.
It's a great matchup of especially the outside battle we're going to see here. JSN versus Derek Stingley, and that might be where this game is won or lost. JSN has been absolutely insane this season, uncoverable. Bucks on the road in Detroit against the Lions. Here's another one where, maybe it hasn't looked perfect for the Bucks, but they're cooking, and especially Baker Mayfield is absolutely going off with all of these injuries. They're going to get Mike Evans back for this game, I think, Joe. And that is a big difference maker. We just saw the Lions lose to the Chiefs. I'm going with the Bucks in this game. I am. I think that even though their secondary has been getting cooked, the one thing they have been good at is stopping the run defensively. You're going to force the Lions into throwing it. It's just going to come down to, can Jared Goff carve them up at the same level that Baker Mayfield is going to carve up this Lions depleted secondary? And I'm taking Baker Mayfield in that situation. So give me Baker and give me the Bucks.
So that's who it was. It was Kirby Joseph who walked off the field looking like he was done for the Lions last week.
Lions going to be down Branch also. They already had a bunch of injuries. And now they're going to be down Branch, who got in a fight after the game with Juju, of all people. Hey, funny? Juju's probably thinking to himself, bro, I didn't even dance or anything this time. I didn't do anything wrong.
I was like, all right, Juju Smith got beat up. Okay.
Isn't this the fifth time Juju started problems with somebody?
Yeah. So it's all good. I don't know. I don't see Detroit losing 2 games in a row, especially losing one at home. I know Tampa been hot, and I know you've been on the Baker train and you loving it right now and what he's been doing. But at some point, Detroit has to do it. And I know the injuries are banging up, but I'm gonna take Detroit in this game. I don't know how close it's gonna be, but I don't see Detroit dropping 2 games in a row, especially after last week. I think they have to make a statement, but hey, look, we had a bad game against the Chiefs, but we're ready to go. We're ready to roll again.
I wish it was in Tampa. That would even make me feel a little bit better about picking the Bucks.
If it was in Tampa, I'd probably be going the other way.
Yeah,
to be honest with you. Now it's in Detroit. I'm going to go with Detroit.
Thank you, schedule makers, for this game. All right, and thank you, schedule makers, for this next game. Chargers hosting the Indianapolis Colts. Our first all yellow game. Chargers coming off of a win. Colts coming off of a win, but the Cardinals played them extremely close. Dolphins played us extremely close. I want to know what you think about this game first, Joe.
It's going to be a shellacking. It's going to be just like the Raiders and the Colts. You guys are going to get bootylicious. Nah,
even with Joe Alt coming back?
No, I was just giving you a hard time. The Colts are beatable. You should be able to pass on the Colts, and you should be able to move up and down the field. And that's the one thing that pissed me off about the Raiders is they had it going for them. You're able to beat this defense. Now, what the Colts rely on, what they wait on is for you to make the mistake. And once you make that mistake, they're going to tear into you. And the Colts are just a fundamentally sound team, Mike. And that's what they try to do. They try not to turn the ball over. They try to run the ball old school way. And their defense is just good enough to do it. But once you allow the Colts, and that's what the Colts have been able to do, is get up by a touchdown or 2 touchdowns on teams, and they get you one-dimensional, and you're done. And that's what they're hoping for, is to get up by that 10, 14-point lead, and then they just go at you. And then they have their running back that they could just go, here you go, Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
Have at it. So if the Chargers can keep it close, I think the Chargers have a shot. But there ain't no way I'm going against Danny Dimes, Mike. Not the GOAT this week against Danny Dimes and Jonathan Taylor. Until the Chargers can show me that they can stop the run and they can actually do something like what's the name? Bill just tore you guys up 2 weeks ago, right? You don't think the MVP Jonathan Taylor is going to just come in here and be like, here, you guys can stop me all day?
The thing is, Joe, is from play to play, they're not doing that bad. They're just giving up a bunch of big plays, and that's okay. We can give up a big play to Jonathan Taylor. We give up 1 or 2, maybe max. We just can't give up a bunch of them. That's what Bill carved us up for multiple big runs in that game. And against Achane, we saw it. Achane broke out a few times, but for the most part, able to keep it under control. And came down to it, the Dolphins had to try and throw back into the game. That's what I'm hoping the Chargers can force here. The key is you got to get them out of Jonathan Taylor early in the game, especially Denzel Perryman coming back to this game is so huge for the Chargers, one of the better run-stopping linebackers in the NFL. He might only make it through 3 quarters. He might only make it through a half of football. But, hey, our defense is completely different in the run-stopping department when Denzel Perryman is out there. You also get another week with Owe. Zero's completely healthy in the middle. I think they're going to bring Derwin James down to the line of scrimmage to help in run support as well. My point is that Jesse Minter in this Chargers defense has the player personnel to just come down and force Daniel Jones to beat us. And if Daniel Jones drops backs and carves us up against this secondary, which has been playing as good as it's been playing, forcing turnovers and everything this year, hey, we'll get into a shootout of Justin Herbert versus Daniel Jones. Because on the other side of the ball, the Chargers are going to beat up on this Colts defense, Joe. It's for sure. So I would like that situation where the Chargers are in a shootout between Daniel Jones and Justin Herbert. That's what we're going to try and put ourselves into. And the Chargers are going to win that shootout 35-24. Bolt up.
Yeah, I got the Colts winning. So
all right, there we go. We got a few differences this week. Last week I went 10-5. I think you went like 8-7 or something. So hopefully it doesn't flip back the other way. But I saw someone put in the chat what our records were last week. I should have put them on the screen, but I just didn't get time to. So next time I will. Last game of the week. My upset of the week. And here we are, going back to the Broncos wishing well of upsets because the Broncos just are such an overrated team to me. And it showed again against the terrible, terrible Jets. Like, that offense is unplayable, Joe. I don't even know how the Broncos are not blowing that Jets team out. Technical difficulties, worst timing. Oh, you got a phone call. My bad. But yeah, so I don't know how the Broncos didn't blow that Jets team out. The Broncos offense did not look great at all. There's a lot of frustrations between Bo Nix and Sean Payton already. And my thing is at first, when I started the season, I was kind of on Sean Payton's side of the argument that Bo Nix maybe should kind of concede to the Super Bowl winning coach, all this kind of stuff. But the more and more I watch out of the Broncos offense, the more and more I think Sean Payton's the problem. Because every time the Broncos are down in games, struggling in games, reeling in games, trying to figure something out in games, every single time they let Bo Nix loose, he starts making plays like crazy and even comes back in a lot of these games. It starts getting to desperate time, and Bo Nix is let off the leash outside of the offense's strict game plan. And Bo Nix kind of does what you need him to do. He finds his weapon. He hits Troy Franklin. He finds a big play to Cortland Sutton down the field. But it just seems like Sean Payton wants Bo Nix to be Drew Brees too much. And he's not Drew Brees. It's a whole different play style. It is. Drew Brees was very, very specific type of game and type of offense. It's just not working out. Their offense is bad. They have an offensive-minded coach who just spent a bunch on offense and cap space and drafted the quarterback that he hand-selected and wanted with a top 12 pick, and they're just not good multiple years into the offensive rebuild. The defense has always been good. They're not trying. They didn't bring Sean Payton in here to improve the defense. The defense is fine. I think that you get a whole different animal in this New York team versus that Jets New York team. I don't know. I'm very skeptical. I don't want anyone to get hurt, but this is a physical Broncos team too. Jackson Dart playing the way he's been playing, he ain't going to make it through the season. There's no way. Putting his head down and doing all that. I hope he can at least get through this game, and Scadaboo gets through this game. They're going to beat on the Broncos defense and wear them out and win this game by 10 points. Giants 23, Broncos 14. In Denver. Crushing all those Mile High fans' hearts.
Yeah, I apologize for that. I had to take a phone call real quick.
It happens. It happens.
But this is a toss-up, and New York has been playing better since they made the change to the rookies, and we saw it. And I've always talked about how much I like this New York defensive line and what they could do and what they could do to Bo Nix and get there. What I am skeptical is Denver's defensive line can stop Scatterboot and can stop that running game. That's what I'm banking on. So that's going to put it in Jackson Dart's arm. And do they have the receivers that could pass and beat Denver? But then I'm like, probably not. But then you turn around and you go, can Bo Nix beat the defensive? And it's like, so it's there's a lot of things there that you're looking and you go, okay, it's going to be a very even matchup and a very good game. And so you got to wonder which quarterback that's what it's going to come down to. Which quarterback makes the bigger mistakes? Is it Bo Nix or is it Jackson Dart? And I'm looking, and I don't know who I want to go with, Mike, in this game. I tell you right now, it's like very, and it's in Denver. It's in Denver, and
Yeah.
you know what?
That's why
I'll ride with you, Mike. I'll ride with you. I'll take the New York Giants.
Oh, upset of the week, squad. We didn't get it right last week, Joe, but I believe I'm 4-2 now on upsets of the week, so it's not too bad.
I mean, I still can reserve to change it by the end of the week, but as of right now, I'll take the Giants because in my mind, I can see Bo Nix making the bigger mistake and going from there. But I think both defensive lines like this. I don't know. I think you had the score at what 24 what
24-14. 23-14.
I don't like to be honest with you. I don't even think they both teams scored 20.
It could be 17-13 type of game.
13-10, ugly victories.
That's what the Jets Broncos game was. I'm just hoping the Giants can do better offensively than the Jets, who had negative 10 passing yards and still should have won.
Yeah,
that's Bo Nix. Like that's Sean Payton. That's what you guys are getting out-dueled by. That's ugly to me. I don't know. The Broncos are not. Also, in the same breath, the Broncos could have beaten the Colts. Like the Broncos could be the number one team in the AFC. But when I watch them play, I'm just like, this is not a great football team. This is a well-rounded football team. They've got a good defense. They've got weapons, but it's just not all clicking. And I don't know. I feel like the Giants are finally going to expose it. They got the energy and the youth to do it, but I could be wrong. Let me know what you guys think, though. Go ahead and comment down below if you're watching the replay or join the Pickems Challenge. It's free to join. The link's in the description to that. You guys can put in your picks on my bookie with the promo code as well. Any of that stuff helps out the page a lot. Make sure you guys like the stream. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. We'll be live again on Tuesday morning next week. Uploading videos all week. Uploading shorts all week to the channel. Go and subscribe to Joe Morley's channel as well. The Joe Morley, right?
Yeah. I like V saying she's stuck. She's trying to get stuff done, Mike, but we keep drawing her and she's stuck on us watching
back-to-back ugly games. Yeah, Denver's had like half ugly game. Honestly, all their games have been ugly in its own way, in its own different ways. So we'll see.
But I don't know. It's changing. It's good. I like it. I hope that Denver, for our sakes, I hope Denver loses, and I hope they continue to have ugly games. But like
I'm rooting for the Raiders too. I'm rooting for the Raiders. I'm rooting for the Giants this week.
Yeah, why not? Like that would be some stuff. But it's
go Raiders. Last time I'll say it. And you're wearing black. You're wearing black. You see this? Look at it. I could be in all black that easily, that quickly. Go Raiders. There we go. Someone Photoshop the logo on there.
Put it right there.
Oh man. Anyways, we'll catch you guys next week. Who will win every single game? I don't want to end the stream, Joe, because we got so many people in here vibing with us. Shout out JJ, shout out V, shout out everyone that's tuned in.
And you know what I like is not everybody is a Raider fan, not everybody's a Charger fan. Like we had a mixture of different fan bases in here, and that's the cool thing. And that's what I love about football season, Mike, is that every fan base can come together and we can all bullshit and have good. And that's what everybody wants to talk about their team, and everybody wants to see their team do good, and everybody wants to just continue to talk just football. And we're in what are we in week 7 already? Like that sucks. Like
I know we're
halfway through the fantasy football season if you play fantasy football, and that right there is like slow down.
Who else undefeated like that? Huh?
Yeah.
Who else undefeated like that? V, we will be back. Turn on notifications. We will be back. V, I need you to come to the YouTube channel, though. I know you're on Facebook, though. Shout out over on Facebook. We will be back next week. I got to go and edit some videos, but.
Yeah. I love it. I'm going to try to go live today, too, and do my stuff. I got
a lot.
I was going to tell you, Mike, I had such a great time at the Raider game this weekend. I think I told you off the air. It was so amazing, and maybe not having expectations of what my team was doing. just so the vibe was good. Meeting people, talking with people, like it was just a relaxing time.
That's
I
good
went
to
to
hear
the
because from my experience, it tends to go south in a hurry with them.
well, yeah, but I went to the Raider Masquerade. I hung out. They had food. Like they had all you can eat food there, like breakfast burritos, breakfast sandwiches, hamburgers, hot wings,
Ooh,
ribs.
I'm in for some hot wings.
All you can drink. Like I'm gonna one day I'm gonna get you out to Vegas. I don't know if it's for the Charger game, whatever, but the Charger game's already done this season. But I'll get you out to Vegas, and we're gonna have to go there and just have a good time. Like they had the big screen with all the Red Zone channel and everything. Like it was pretty
I
cool.
would go to like a Raiders Cowboys game or a Raiders Niners game because it's good for propaganda. It's good for my
Yeah.
content.
So,
But
so one of these days I'm gonna get you out there.
all right, sounds good. All right, thank you guys again for everyone for tuning in. Julian V, please leave a comment with your guys' picks. I'll read that later. Who's gonna win every single game in the NFL around the NFL this week? I guess sooner rather than later.